Hello, students of class 5. Welcome back to another video of English 1. I hope that you all are keeping fine and have enjoyed your puja vacations well. And now it's time for you to concentrate on your studies and prepare for the upcoming examination. Students, today we will learn from your third term syllabus, lesson 13, voice. Under this topic we are going to under this lesson we are going to cover a few topics. Number 1, transitive and intransitive verbs. This topic we have already done in first term, lesson 4. In order to know the meaning of voice and the type of voice, first thing we need to know is the transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, and next we have the what is a voice, when it is used, 3 types of voice, the active and the passive voice, 4 changing active voice into passive voice, and number 5 identifying the voice of these sentences. What are transitive and intransitive verbs? Let's see. Transitive verbs are verbs that require an object to complete their action. Transitive verb can be in the active or passive voice. Example, I made the bed. So here it says transitive verbs are verbs that require an object, okay, to complete their actions. Here, this is the object. The bed is the object. In order to complete the actions, we need an object in what? Transitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are verbs that do not require an object to complete their actions. In this verb, in intransitive verbs, we don't need what? An object to complete their actions. Let's see the meaning of voice, or what is a voice and when it is used. In English grammar, voice does not mean the sound you make or you produced when you speak, but it shows whether the subject of the sentence is doing the action or having the action done to it. Voice is used to decide whether the verb is working actively or passively in a sentence. Types of voice. What are the types of voice? There are 2 types of voice. That number 1, the active voice. What is an active voice? Let's see. The active voice is a type of a clause or sentence in which the action of the verb passes from the subject to the object. So, active voice is in which the subject performs an action. Okay, let's see an example here. The cat chased the mouse. Here, in the active voice, the main focus is given on the subject, okay, on the action done by the subject. Here, who did the action here? The subject. The cat did the action. What did he do? He chased the cat chased the mouse. Okay. The next one, the boy opened the door. Who performed the action here? The subject. Who is the subject? Who is the subject here? The boy. What did he do? Opened the door. Okay, the door and the mouse are the object. Chase and open are the actions. Okay, actions of the verb. Okay. Number 2, the passive voice. The passive voice is used when we want to focus on the receiver of the action. So here, remember, in active voice, the main focus is on the action of the verb done by whom? Done by the subject. But here, in the passive voice, our main focus will be on whom? On the receiver of the action. It means our focus will be on the receiver of the actions. Okay. And when we are not sure who or what did the action, then we use the passive voice. Passive voice can only be used with transitive verb because intransitive verb do not have object. Remember this. Passive voice can only be used with what? Transitive verb and not with intransitive verb. All right. Example here. Jim's bike was stolen. Here, bike is the verb. Okay. Jim bikes was stolen. This is what type of voice? Passive voice. Next, Arjun was taken to the nurse's room. This is an example when we are not sure who or what did the action. So who did the action? So we don't know. But Arjun was taken to the nurse's room. We don't know who took Arjun to the nurse's room. Okay. This type of sentences we call what type of voice? Passive voice. Next, we have the changing active voice into passive voice. How are we going to change the active voice into the passive voice? Let's see. The active voice can be changed into the passive voice only if the verb has an object. What does it say? Only if the verb, okay, has an object. Example, let's see. The boy sang a song. This is an example of an active voice. Okay, the boy sang a song. This sentence has a what? Verb as well as an object. Okay, so this active voice we are going to change it into passive voice. How? By writing like this: a song was sang by the boy. 5. Identify the voice of these sentences. Here, how are we going to identify the voice from the given sentences? Number 1, Haroon ate an apple. Haroon ate an apple. What type of voice is this? This is an active voice. Why? Because Haroon performs the subject. Haroon, okay, performs the action. And in this case, we concentrate mostly on the what? Action of the verb done by the subject. All right. We focus mainly on the action done by the subject. The subject is the heron. He performs what? An action. What did he do? He ate an apple. Ate is the action done by the subject. So number 2, the computer is being used by the mother. Here, this is what type of voice is this? It is a passive voice. Why? Because the computer is being used by the mother. Here, the computer is the receiver of the action. Okay, it is not the subject. Okay, it is not the subject who did the action, but it is the receiver. Okay, the receiver of the action. The main focus is on the receiver of the action. That is why this is a passive voice. Number 3, Jenny was watching the birds. What type of voice is this? It is an active voice. Why? Because here the subject performs the action as well as one focus is mainly on the action done by the subject here. See, the action is done by the subject. That is why this is an active voice. The 4th one we have, the table was painted by Amar. So where uh, uh, here our focus is mainly on whom? On the table. On what? On the table. Our focus is on the table. All right. So this is a passive voice. Thank you, students, for listening. Study hard and prepare well for your exams. Thank you.